मैं आप सबका यूपीएससी टाइम में स्वागत करती हूँ। आज की वीडियो में हम एनसीईआरटी हिस्ट्री क्लास 12th की बुक स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं। इट विल बी द चैप्टर फर्स्ट ऑफ this book, which is of brick, beats and bones, and it will go into the lecture first of this lecture series. In previous NCERTs, it is also known as a theme 1 of history class 12th. But now in the new NCERTs, these themes are combined and maybe read in a particular book, and we can say that there is a two type of themes in this lecture series of class 12th. It will be going to a theme first of this Indian history. Now, brick, beads and bones, the Harappan civilization. Indus Valley civilization is also known as the Harappan civilization. It started flourishing along with the river Indus, now in Pakistan, at around 2600 before Common Eras. Harappan civilization was the largest Bronze Age civilization in the world. India's first civilization, as in Mesopotamia and Egypt, early civilization in India and China emerged in a river valley. The valley of Indus River, valley of the river, supported a flourishing civilization that extended hundreds of miles from the Himalayan to the coast of the Arabian Sea. Archaeologists have more than 1,000 settlements in the region. Two of major cities we are going to discuss are Harappa and the Mohenjo-daro. As we can see this the map. Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. At its height, Harappa had 35,000 inhabitants. Mohenjo-daro had perhaps 3,500 to 40,000. Both cities were planned carefully. Most buildings were constructed of a mud bricks baked in an oven and were square, forming a grid pattern. Public well provided regular supply of water for all the inhabitants. The Harappan civilization was the first site of this civilization discovered by archaeologists. It was an urban civilization. Its siting is not deciphered after 1900 before Common Eras. Most of the sites were abandoned due to some reason by 1900 before Common Era. Uh, Major part of civilization ended. Period of Harappan civilization. The Harappan civilization dated between 26 before Common Era and 1900 before Common Eras. Um, Before Christ, sorry, it is not a before Common Eras. BC is a before Christ, the period before the Christ. The period of civilization is broadly divided into three parts. In sorry for the BC. In the previous slides, I have discussed about this BCA as a BCE. So please note that point. BC is a before Christ. The period of civilization is broadly divided into the three: the early Harappan culture before 2600 before Christ, the mature Harappan culture 2600 1900 before Christ, the late Harappan culture after the 1900 before Christ. Some important sites of Harappan civilization: Kalibanga, Lothal, Rakhigadi, Dholavira, Rupar, Harappa, Ganeriwala, Chanhu Daro, Suta Kangan Dor, Mohenjo-daro, Amri, Balakot, Kot Diji, Ragpur, Nageshwar, Ganeriwal, etc. Major development in Harappan archaeology. 1875 report of Alexander Kunigam on a Harappan seal. 1924 John Marshall announced the discovery of Harappan civilization. In 1925 excavation began at the Mohenjo-daro. 1944 R.E.M. Wheeler became the Director General of ASI. 1946 R.E.M. Wheeler excavated at Harappa. 1955 S.R. Rao began excavation at Lothal. 1960 B.B. Lal B.K. Thapar began excavation at Kalibanga. 1974 M.R. Mughal began exploration in Bhavalpur, and 1990 R.S. Bishant began excavation in Dholavira. Early archaeologist culture. There were several archaeological culture in the region prior to the mature Harappan. These culture were associated with a distinctive pottery, evidence of agriculture, pastoralism, and some craft. The settlement was small in size and had no large building. Subsistence strategy of the people. Economic life. Subsistence strategy of the people include hunting, gathering, cultivation, pastoralism, and the distribution. People relied on many plant and animal fishing and agriculture for their food. There were evidences of bones of animals which proved that people consume meat. Terracotta model of the oxen floor, etc. show that people rely in agriculture too. Different type of food available to the people. There happen at wide range of plant and animal product including fish. Archaeologists found grain such as wheat, barley, lentils, chickpea, and sesame at the Harappan site in the Gujarat. Millets have been found. Rice was found of rarely. Bones of cattle, fish, fowl is a type of bird. Sheep, goat, buffalo, pig, deer, and the bear are also found at that site. Studies indicate that these animals were either domesticated or hunted by the Harappan. Agriculture technology of the Harappan. Agriculture was a main occupation of the Harappan. The prevalence of the agriculture is indicated by the find of grain. It is very difficult to reconstruct actual agriculture practice carried out by Harappan. Terracotta sculpture of the bull and their representation on the seals indicate that the bull are known to them. From this, the archaeologists assumed that the oxen were used for plowing. Technology, agricultural technology of Harappan. Moreover, the archaeologists have also found the terracotta model of the plough at the site of the Khalistan and the Banwali at Haryana. Evidence of plowed field associated with early Harappan levels have also found at Kalibanga, Rajasthan. The field had two sets of furrow at the right angle to each other, suggesting that two different crops were grown together. Most of the Harappan sites were located in a semi-arid region, so to enhance agriculture produce, they needed facilities of irrigation. Agricultural technology of Harappan. Trace of canal have been found at the Harappan site of the Shotu Ghai in Afghanistan. It is also likely that water has drawn from the wells as used for the irrigation. Beside water reservoir found in Dholavira, Gujarat may have been used to store water for the agriculture processing of the food. Require grinding equipment as a vessel for the mixing, blending, and cooking. These equipment were made of stone, metal, and the terracotta. Mohenjo-daro, a planned urban center, architectural feature of the Mohenjo-daro town planning. The most of the spectacular part of the Harappan structure is the large-scale town layout. The city of Mohenjo-daro was divided into two halves: the citadel and the lower city. Citadel, it was built on a mud brick platform. It was walled and separated from the lower town. The citadel was probably used for the special public purpose. The lower town was walled. Several buildings were made up on a platform that served as the foundation. Layout of Mohenjo-daro. Architectural feature of Mohenjo-daro. Labor was mobilized at a very large scale. The settlement was first planned and then implemented. Bricks used in a building were uniform in size. The road and the streets in the lower town were laid out in a grid pattern, intersecting at the right angle. The street and the drain were first laid out and then houses were built on the same pattern. The lower town of Mohenjo-daro provide example of residential buildings, and most of these were on a courtyard with a room on all sides. Different activities like cooking, weaving, etc. were carried out on the courtyards, particularly during the hot and the dry season. The main entrance did not provide view of the courtyard and the interior. Every house had a bathroom paved with bricks, which was connected through the wall to street drain. In some houses, the remains of the staircase to reach the second story or roof have been found. In many houses had a well which were reachable from the outside for the use of the outsider. It is estimated that the total number of wells in the Mohenjo-daro was 700. Drain system of the Harappan. One of the striking feature of the urban cities was the well-planned drainage system. Every house was connected to the street drain. The drain were made up of the mortar, kumayam, lime, and the gypsum, and they were covered with a big brick which could be lifted easily to clean the drain. For the sewage from the house, pits were provided at the either side of the street. Drain system of Harappan, very long drainage channel were provided at the interval with the sumps for the cleaning. In a smaller settlements such as Lothal, the house were built of mud, brick, and drain were made up of a burnt brick. Little heap of materials, mostly sand, have frequently been found alongside the drain. This showed that the drains were clean at the regular interval. The Great Bath, with a size 11.8 into 7.01 2.43 meter, on the citadel. Some special buildings were built like the Great Bath of the Mohenjo-daro. Such buildings were used on some religious occasions or the public gathering. The Great Bath was a large rectangular tank surrounded by the corridor on the all four sides. There were two flights of the step on the north and the south leading into the tank. Room were made up on the sides of the tank, with the room having a large well. The water from the tank flowed into the huge drain across the lane. There was a smaller building with the 8 bathroom, four at each side of the corridor, with the drain from each bathroom connecting to the drain that run along the corridor. Okay. And study burial tracking social differences, strategies to find out the social differences, and studying the burials. And these slides we will discuss in a next video. I stop this lecture at here. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button, and if you're new on this channel, then please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that the notification of upcoming video come to you. Thanks for watching the video. Stay tuned with the channel and the chapter. Thank you.